So let's begin our first session of the day, which is a presentation by the Central Public Works Department. The country's premier engineering organization, CPWD, is also the oldest organization attached to the Government of India and is a principal technical advisor to the government. So may I please request Shri Satyendra Gupta, Director ERP, Central Public Works Department, and Shri Viraj Voditel, founder of Cube Technologies, to join us on stage and elucidate on the key features and overview of the platforms developed for contracting with BIM. May we have you on stage, sir, please. Can we have a round of applause for our first speakers?
Namaste. Good morning, everybody. Central Public Works Department is the oldest engineering organization in Government of India. It has been established in 1854 and we have crossed 169 years. So CPWD is mainly doing the work of the governments for all the infrastructures, and lots of the engineering organization of the central government as well as the state governments has been slowly come out from the CPWD. So CPWD has lots of the accolades in their ambit. So presently the new Parliament House has been constructed. We are dealing with all the IMs, most of the IMs, all the ITs, AIMs, building, all sorts of the area, not only in the buildings but roads also, jetties. Some airports are being constructed even during the tsunami in Andaman. So we have constructed lots of the outs within the 6 months or so. So we have the presence all across the country and doing the works all across the arena of this engine construction work. So CPWD is very much in forefront with the adoption of the digital IT systems. For the public, initially in 2000 itself, we had gone ahead with the public information personal information management for the managing the HR related issues. Subsequently, we had gone via the WBPMS. We are continuously using the IT technology, but unfortunate part is there lots of the systems are silos in nature. CPWD Seva we are maintaining close to 1,50,000 residential buildings, residential quarters, and for which we have established a CPWD Seva, and the satisfaction level of the LRT has increased tremendously. But the unfortunate part is again all the systems were running into silos. So in 2017 we have decided to go ahead with the ERP and integrated IT system to bring all the processes. So we have all the processes are being brought in on the single platform so that all the stakeholders will be using the single source of the truth. So we have named it as eNirmit. It's a nationwide intelligence resource management with the information technology, and we had envisaged at that time with the successful implementation of the ERP in the CPWD, the CPWD continue to play the stellar role in the building the new India. It will again play a very important state in realizing the Honorable Prime Minister of India dream of Digital India and serve a lighthouse 5D BIM enabled ERP projects for the entire public works system, because most of the public works organization either in the central work with the central government or the state governments follow whatever we are doing. We have the vision the ERP will radically transform the CPWD by unlocking the latent productivity and efficiency, propelling the department on the high growth path. We have the experience of 169 years. All our processes has been evolved over the period of the time. It is very much robust. So that's why people used to follow us. So the enterprise resource planning that we have envisaged is have all its processes starting from the human resource management, project management, all our administration, architectural design, finance control, electrical maintenance, e-governance, quality assurance, inventory. It's all the processes related to the construction work that we are doing, whether for the buildings or it is for the road or all sorts of the construction work that we are doing. And not only the processes that we are brought in on the system, all the stakeholders will also be brought in on the system. As everybody point out, the building information modeling system is not a tool, it is a mix of, it is a people, process and technology. So all the things, people, we are bringing in all the stakeholders. People will be covered, all the processes, we are unifying it and automating it. So this is, our system will be fully integrated, all the stakeholders will be running on a single platform, all the processes will be running on the single platform. So whoever will be performing any sort of the activity, they will be operating on the real-time data. It's not a, there will not be any sort of the post hoc entries. As and when we will be proceeding, so the data will be captured and it will be made available to all the relevant stakeholders. So the centralized database is there. The leading practice as on date, whatever is prevailing, we are adopting it. We have standardized the module so that the people will follow, all the stakeholders will follow the rule-based approach. So within that more than 50 processes we have identified that we are dealing with, and precisely it is a 206 processes, and within that the close to 3,000 functionalities we have identified, and we have tabulated as a part of the functional requirement specification, and we are proceeding ahead with the implementation of the ERP with all these processes. It can be categorized as some of the common processes. The work life cycle management, it involves the construction. It's not only we are handling, dealing with the construction work, but maintenance work also, so that the ERP will cater the maintenance, the asset and asset maintenance subsequent to construction also. The maintenance request management, lots of the application in the construction maintenance as well as common processes, maintenance request management, HQ and allied processes has already been made live. Still the implementation is in progress. So along with the processes, this is part of the people. Within the CPWD, we have the multiple stakeholders. Our headquarters are there, our engineering wings, architectural, full-fledged architectural wings are there, horticulture wings are there, account and finance is there. Since we are the attached office to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, so Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs we are intending to bring on the board, and other CPWD units, small units are there that are they will be brought in. Along with this, we are dealing with more than 600 odd clients. So they will also be brought in on our system. So whatever we are doing, whether it is a construction, maintenance activity, they will be able to see the activity, whatever is going on, and they can do their part also. The contractors, we get the work done from all the contractors. So all the contractors, it's a close to 4,000 contractors are there. So we have brought in these contractors on our system. So we have our e-tendering system. So contractors are already in place. So the lot is more than 1,50,000 residential quarter we are maintaining all across the country, and it is close to 80,000 residential unit we are maintaining in the Delhi itself. So all the LRTs have already been brought in through the CPWD Seva. They will be migrated to the ERP system. So they will be able to lodge their complaint. They will be able to see what is happening through the mobile application as well as through the call centers. Other vendors architects, consultants that we engage, that they will be brought in on the system. Lots of the vendors have already been brought on the system. So this entire this ERP solution, wherein the billing information modeling system is one of the part. It's not only the it's a billing information modeling system. It is it caters all aspects of our workings. So in the ERP modules, we are adding the project management, project billing, everything as the contract management, legal case management, quality management. As far as supporting modules are there, the financial accounting, reporting, HRMS, etc. are there. Reporting module, we have intended to brought in, and some other things has already been done for the dashboard based working. So dashboard reporting is there. We have also deployed the business intelligence and business warehouse application, where when the structured data will be used to give the insight of the business, and slowly our people will be start taking the data driven decisions. E-procurement solution, earlier we had a e-procurement solution which this has been discontinued 2 years back, and we have brought in the new e-procurement solution, which has been made too much user friendly, and efforts has been made to minimize the error at the labor source itself. So this has been running since, and mobile application is still yet to come. So we have done this, and in the 2019 itself we have thought of this is the foundational ERP will be there that we are implementing. It will be integrated with the SCADA, IoT, BIM, building management system, imaging, virtual reality, augmented reality. And once we will get the data in the structured format on our ERP system, we will be using the data for the machine learning and the artificial intelligence with the data analytics, etc. So it will lead to the data driven decision making by all our stakeholders. Here again, this is another representation. We have envisaged way back this IoT building management system, BMS, mobile based geospatial technology, imaging, ranging and tools, etc. all need to be integrated with our system, and wherever either some equipments are running, so we will be continuously fetching the data on our ERP system, and whoever will be the stakeholders, they will be provided with the advanced information about any sorts of the happenings for the preventive maintenance or disruption of to avoid the disruption of the services. Imaging and ranging, so we had invested at that time LiDAR will be integrated, or the data that will coming from the LiDAR will be coming directly to the ERP system, and wherever these details are to be utilized for the surveying part, for the estimation part subsequently. So that will be used. The building information modeling, of course, it is one of the parts, and for which we have already developed the collaboration platform, and the details about, we will speak about this subsequently. Apart from this, to increase the use of the building information modeling in our departments, we have already formed a committee. The committee was formed in the month of December, and lots of the meeting has already been held on this, and we have all strategized, identified. These are the terms of reference of the committee, and lots of the deliberation has been done. The identification and evaluation of the BIM software available in the market, the role and responsibility of the various stakeholders, which is at CPWD users, contractors, consultants, etc. The methodology, how it is going to be procured, the different software, because authoring, there are multiple players available in the market, so how this procurement will be happening in the departments, how their license will be managed, how the models which will be generated on the licenses, how it will be integrated, what are the cost benefit analysis, and training and capacity building. We have already initiated, still continuously it is going on, but for the special emphasis of the building information model, we have formulated the committee deliberation, and I will show some of the recommendation of the committee, though it is under the draft stage, but we have reached to that stage. The recommendation it is under still is under deliberation. So we have the BIM software procurement and management as a part of this. We have committee have proposed our chief engineers and superintendent engineer and the fields, they should procure the license directly, and it will be managed through the centrally managed software solution for the optimization of the utilization, because we are having more than 700 offices spreading across the length and breadth of the country. So to leverage the license time diversity, it will be centrally managed. As a part of the capacity building of our departmental user as well as the contractors, the foundational training for all, we have invested whoever is entering during the foundational training of all the engineers and architects, the BIM training will be made part of their curriculum. For the career progression, once somebody is promoted from one post to another post, we have contemplated they will be mandatorily assessed through the examinations, through the this about the BIM knowledge, BIM knowledge and the proficiency. The mandatory mid-career training programs are happening continuously, so that will be made part of the mid-career training program. BIM refresher training. Every year we are holding the refresher training for all our stakeholders, means architect, engineers, horticulturists, even we are imparting training to the contractors and their employee. So that it will be made part of our refresher training. So as far as the capacity building, these are the measures that we are already notified. Now we have already made the provisions in the general condition of the contract. This is the notification in the month of November. We have already issued. It is a part of the contract, so it's not like what we are only speaking or preaching. We have already made the provision in the general condition of the contract, which will be part of the contract. So it will force all the stakeholders to go for the building information management system, use of the building information management system. And we have already this is the guideline that we have issued for our own people, what is to be done as far as the incorporating the provisions in the contract as far as the BIM is concerned. And this is the general condition of the contract which will be made part of this. So we have already issued. So the action has already been taken. Apart from this, we used to impanel the architects and consultants. So we have thought of to incorporate the BIM capabilities of the consultant, experience of the BIM capability of the consultant as part of the eligibility criteria, and wherever through the tenders we are engaging some consultants, and whether it is architectural consultants, whether MEP consultants or the structural consultants, so their BIM capability need to be incorporated in the request for proposal and NIT and the bid document while during the engaging those consultants. And subsequently, the provision for the empanelment of BIM auditor has also been envisaged to see how the BIMs are being implemented and whether the best practice are being followed or not. So we have already notified. As far as the timeline of related to the BIM is concerned, we have already notified that the BIM bed construction should be made mandatory for the original work through the EPC mode, costing over 30 crores immediately. In the earlier slides, we have already notified. For the other works, because we are dealing with the works starting from 2 lakh rupees to thousands of crores. So for the that's why we have segregated it. So for other works, smaller works, it will be from the January 2025. And for the asset maintenance, we have contemplated it will be made mandatory from the January 2026. Apart from this, we have contemplated it, though we have not started working on this. The manual is for the comprehensive BIM manual for preparation of the BIM manual will be prepared, which will be used as a guidebook for our field engineers and officers to incorporate the provisions in their RFPs, whether while engaging the contractor to the work or the consultant to the works, and how the BIM work will be executed utilizing the BIM capability. So apart from this, we have already implemented the collaboration tool. Collaboration tool has got the capability of estimation, generation of the takeoff sheets, estimation, preparation of the estimation. We have integrated as the collaboration tool with the our daily schedule of the works. We are in the process of integrating the time scheduling part as well as visualization of the progress of the work that will be going on. So whatever the activities will be happening at the site, the digital twin of the same will be available, and at the click of the button, all the stakeholders will be able to see sitting on their room what is happening at the site, what was there yesterday, what has been happened today. So daily progress can be monitored, the real time data will be made available. So all measurements will be integrated, our payments will be integrated. We have already developed the application for taking the measurements, managing the materials at the site, site registers are the site as part of the site register application and RFI applications. So that will be integrated, and the model will get updated on the real time basis. So entire information will be available on the model itself. The details of the collaboration tool, technical details and what we have done, I will hand over to the Biraj. So this is all about. Thank you.
Such a grand vision, isn't it? Whatever we saw in the earlier part of the presentation till now, I believe it sets the tone of what is going to be implemented in Indian built environment sector over the next few years or even decades. And as the theme of this conference, looking at India at 2047 goes, if we want to realize this kind of a vision, we need to also have a very strong technological backbone to support it when it comes to implementation. So very early on, CPWD envisaged the need for a common data environment and a project management platform which would integrate with ERP to be able to meet the objectives that we have just looked at. So the key foundational principles on which such a platform would be built. So firstly, one of the major requirements was that this kind of a tool should be hosted within India's borders, where all the data and any other set of information, be it documents, be it CAD files, be it BIM models or any other kind of information, especially when it comes to public infrastructure projects, should be hosted within the country's borders and on the ministry empaneled data centers, and also quality checked by organizations like STQC. At the same time, it should be based on international standards. So earlier part of the conference, we've looked at global standards that have been coming up, PAS 1192, which is now evolved into ISO 19650. So it should be catering to and based on those standards. Also, it should be OpenBIM compliant. So OpenBIM has been a movement in the overall construction industry for quite a time now. So support for IFC, support for open file formats, as well as support for open collaboration formats like BCF should be there. At the same time, it should integrate with native tools, native products which are being used in the industry, be it tools like for modeling, model authoring, or coordination and other kinds of tools. And also at the same time integrate with the core ERP backbone platform which in CPWD's case is SAP, and integration with all the various modules that we looked at in the earlier part of the presentation. And at the same time, there's another movement happening in the country, which is the India Stack. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with the India Stack, and the couple of core aspects is around identity, which is basically the Aadhaar, and also the financial management system, which is the PFMS. So to align with CPWD's vision, that's where the BIM-enabled connected platform started to develop, owing to the challenges that were there in the disconnected tools. So the entire collaboration estimation platform that CPWD is using is built on top of Cube, which is a web-based modern interface completely built and made in India, and it can be accessed just through a web browser on any device without limitation of high-end desktop-based hardware, and it is envisaged to be collaborative in nature and supporting all the different kinds of dimensions when it comes to the engineering and architectural side of things, support for 2D drawings, 3D models, but at the same time should be able to be scaled up to integrate the project timelines and project costs, which is the 4D and 5D part, and then eventually also be used for further dimensions around operations and maintenance. So the entire idea was to be able to have all the different kinds of projects that we just heard about, because CPWD as an organization is quite widespread across the country. So there are various kinds of projects. We heard right from 2 lakh rupees to thousands of crores of rupees. So to be able to see all the different kinds of projects in one single connected database and dashboard with permission-based access, and not just individual permission based access, but based on different positions and segregated by different regions. So even at this moment as we speak, there are more than 7,000 projects which are hosted on the platform of CPWD on a private data cloud. So some of the things that have been implemented are around document management, CAD and BIM, 2D and 3D issue management. So instead of just speaking about it, I'll just let you guys visualize how the entire platform looks like. So this is how the platform supports 3D models, 2D drawings within the web browsers, within the web browser itself. And when it comes to 2D, it also supports layers. When it comes to 3D, it supports the different different categories, different families, objects, etc. There's also integrated issue management and communication modules built in, where users can mark up issues, tag their colleagues, and escalate and review sets of information together. And issue management is not just supported on 3D but on 2D as well, because currently the Indian construction industry is transitioning from 2D to 3D. So we wanted to have an inclusive approach where we build for the future, but at the same time we don't leave out the projects that are being implemented currently. So be it tools on 2D or advanced tools on the 3D side, being able to cut sections, visualize different areas and objects. So all of those kinds of things are built into the platform. Next, so those were a bit generic set of modules. We also delved deeper into specific vertical modules, for example, estimation, creation of tasks, transmittals, person position mapping, and also interoperability with ERP. This is where the BIM engine plays a really big role. For example, if we talk about estimation, we can very large scale 3D models very quickly with integrated 2D drawings and decoupled data and graphics. So what that enables is to be able to quickly search for objects, object metadata within the platform, and use that embedded metadata, for example areas, volumes, to be able to do estimation. For example, here the model that you see, in just one click the entire model inventory, the entire set of model objects gets captured in a tabular format, and then users can use it to create their estimates and link it with their bill of quantities. Also the formats are very much in line with what are used in the Indian construction industry. So the entire Delhi schedule of rates has been digitized by CPWD and it's integrated into the estimation tool. At the same time, the DAR, the Delhi analysis of rates, has also been digitized and it has been linked to the automated takeoff from BIM, assisted takeoff from CAD, and even manual spreadsheet like editing is provided into the interface so that people are familiar with the entire user interface. So this is an example of the Delhi schedule of rates 2021. So this is all been digitized. All the different rates are available in databases, in dynamic databases, which are also updated as CPWD publishes the new Delhi schedule of rates every year. And these are again some examples of how users can do takeoffs from 2D drawings as well as 3D models. So instead of using a separate tool for viewing the CAD drawings, doing measurements and then putting that information into Excel to prepare bill of quantities as it is done conventionally, there are tools provided within the platform itself to be able to do different kinds of measurements in CAD and associate them to the different bill of quantities in the estimate. Similarly, on the 3D side, so this is a 3D model, this is a real-time video, so this is a file of around 200 MBs, so about 3 to 4 seconds the entire file got loaded, and users can run different kinds of queries. For example, if I want to just see the structure, I can either just isolate those categories, or we can also build in complex queries where I can search for like category contains struct and then show results, and it will isolate all the structural framing and structural columns as well as structural foundations in this case. So these kinds of queries, etc., can also be built up, which enables very fast estimation. Right now what we are working on is on integrating the timeline piece of it, the 4D scheduling and progress monitoring, clash detection, and digital signatures for approvals. So in line with integrating things with the India stack, so any kinds of reviews of drawings, approvals of BIM models is all in pipeline to be integrated with Aadhaar and digital signature, which is followed in the country. And also when it comes to the facility management phase, as you saw that from January 2026, it is going to be mandated to have CPWD project assets to be available in a BIM format. So that is where these modules are also being developed. The platform is actually a true connection between the BIM, time and cost, where budgets can be created from the latest version of an estimate, a contract can be created from a project schedule, and the schedule and budgets can be linked along with the model objects as well, and then the site progress can also be updated. So my time is actually up, so I'll just quickly run through a last couple of slides that I have, where we are integrating the schedule with Primavera P6 and MS Project, allowing contractors to work directly on the cloud, on the schedule, update the real-time data on the platform itself, and also run checklists related to safety, quality, etc. And then that data pushes back into the ERP system. So again, a quick glimpse at how the scheduling engine is also there in the platform, and the schedules can be either imported or created within the platform itself and then linked with the model objects to create 4D simulations as well as track the progress of different objects in a visual manner with different kinds of statuses as well. So in conclusion, so that's I think my last slide. So I think we were able to give a brief overview of how the entire vision is starting to get realized now with the implementation of homegrown technology, and that is where we believe that we are laying the foundation for more advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning to come in, work on this data, and then be able to provide more and more insights to CPWD to take their 169 years of vast information and vast experience into the modern era. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta. May I request you to just be on stage with us. Also, Mr. Gupta, if you could join us, and Mr. Voditel, if you could just be on with us for a second longer. And thank you so much for briefing us on the platform and how it